Notice anything different today? A certain absence? Yeah, the Winnie the Pooh of podcasting decided this studio was too far this week. Probably still calculating the exact mileage and complaining about it, the time commit from last Tuesday. Honestly, the silence is deafeningly good. That means just more weirdness for us and less whining for me. So buckle up, because with the menace off screen, we're going full chaos. This is The Week in Weird, brought to you by TTG, and I'm your only host this week. Let's get into it.
The Talking Gruse, bringing you the less serious side of the news. Now, your host, the Gruse.
Well, welcome back to This Week in Weird, everyone. I'm your host today, and we're diving into the bizarre and unbelievable and the downright strange without any unnecessary detours. That's right, it's a solo mission today. My esteemed co-host is currently engaging in a very important, very time-consuming battle with, the concept of driving more than 30 minutes to the studio. What a driving professional he is. But his loss is our gain. We've got a packed show for you. First up, we'll be sifting through some truly unbelievable stories that will make you question everything you thought about reality. And then we're going to plunge headfirst into the glorious absurdity of where we celebrate the most inexplicable achievements of the human and sometimes animal spirit. So settle in, grab your favorite beverage, and let's prepare for the journey into the weird. Let's get started with the news that really isn't news, but definitely deserves your attention. All right, let's kick things off with the news that isn't exactly breaking, but it's definitely broken. We're talking about the stories that make you scratch your head, chuckle, and wonder if the universe is just messing with us. Now, first off, we're going to go to the edge of space. Not with an astronaut, but with a teddy bear. So imagine this. A group of students, probably tired of just, studying, decided to embark on a scientific mission of epic proportions. Their subject? A humble teddy bear named Barnaby. Their destination? The Stratosphere. Yes, you heard that right. Barnaby the teddy bear was strapped into a custom-built capsule attached to a weather balloon and launched over 100,000 feet into the sky. And that's higher than commercial airlines fly. And the footage, absolutely breathtaking. You see Barnaby stoically gazing down on the curvature of the earth, the blackness of space above, and the thin blue line of our atmosphere below. It's majestic. It's inspiring. It's a teddy bear. It's amazing what you can achieve when you're not constantly complaining about driving into the studio. These kids sent a teddy bear to space. My co-host can barely send a text without a typo. I bet he's complaining about the air pressure in the atmosphere. It's too thin. My fur is getting messed up. Where's the in-flight meal? But seriously, it's a fantastic example of ingenuity and how a simple, fun idea can capture imaginations and deliver some truly stunning visuals. Barnaby, you're a legend. From the vastness of space to the surprisingly vast sum of money people will spend on paper. All right, up next, let's talk about something that recently fetched a mind-boggling price at auction. We're talking about a single, unassuming comic book. Well, not just any comic book. Mind you, it's a pristine copy of Action Comics #1. This isn't just any old comic. This is the debut of Superman, the very first appearance of the Man of Steel back in 1938. It's a piece of pop culture history, and recently a copy sold for, wait for it, over $9 million. $9 million. for a comic book. Think about that. That's more than most houses, more than many people will earn in a lifetime, for a few pages of sequential art. It really highlights the enduring power that these characters and the incredible value collectors place on these rare artifacts. It's not just a comic, it's a cultural touchstone. A single comic book worth millions. You know what the co-host's most valuable possession is? Probably that half-drank energy drink he left in the studio last week. He's probably trying to sell old Beanie Babies for this kind of cash. Good luck with that, Whiny. Maybe if he invested in actual collectibles instead of complaining about driving, he wouldn't be at home right now. But it's fascinating, isn't it? The idea that something printed on cheap paper decades ago can become something with such an incredible, valuable piece of history. It makes you wonder what the forgotten treasures might be lurking in your attic. So there you have it. A teddy bear in space, a comic book worth more than your house, just another day in the less serious side of the news department. It really makes you wonder what is considered serious anymore. Doesn't it? At least these stories didn't involve anyone complaining about driving. Small victories, people. Small victories. Now on to strange world records. All right, time to shift gears from the merely weird to the officially certified weird. Welcome to Strange World Records, where celebrating something so specific, so bizarre, that someone actually bothered to measure it and to put it in a book. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, first up, we're heading to the world of equestrian achievements. But we're not talking about jumping, racing, or dressage. I don't know what the hell that word is. But anyways, no, we're talking about being really, really, really small. Meet Thumbelina, a miniature horse who holds the Guinness World Record for being the shortest horse ever recorded. And when I say short, I mean short. Now, Thumbelina only stands at 17.5 inches tall. That's about 1.5 feet. That's shorter than most dogs. And that's shorter than the co-host's attention span. Now, Thumbelina was born of dwarfism, which is incredibly rare in horses, and she became an international sensation. People travel from all over the world just to see Thumbelina, this tiny, adorable creature. She was basically a celebrity, a very small celebrity. And if you know my co-hosts were here, he'd probably try to ride Thumbelina and then complain about how uncomfortable it was. This horse is too small. My legs are dragging on the ground. Where is my saddle? This is animal cruelty to me. Buddy, you'd crush her. Now sit down. But in all seriousness, Thumbelina was a remarkable animal who brought joy to countless people. Now she proved, that greatness doesn't always come in large packages. Sometimes it comes in a 17.5-inch package with hooves. Now, from the world's smallest horse to a robot that just kept walking. All right, this next record is a testament to human ingenuity, engineering, and persistence. And the question, why not? We're talking about a robot that walked and walked and walked for an absurdly long time. A team of engineers created a bipedal robot, meaning it walks on 2 legs like us. and it set it loose on a treadmill to see how long it could keep on going. Now, it's the goal to break the world record for the longest distance walked by a robot without stopping. And this little mechanical marvel walked for over 54 hours straight, covering more than 130 kilometers. Now, that's over 80 miles. 54 hours. That's more than 2 full days of nonstop walking. No bathroom breaks. No snack breaks. No, I'm tired. Can we just stop? Just pure, relentless, robotic determination. It's honestly impressive. And slightly terrifying. What happens when these things decide that they don't want to stop? Now, you know what's funny? This robot walked for 54 hours without complaining once. The co-host can't drive to the studio, a 30-minute trip, without sending me 3 texts about traffic, the weather, and how his energy drink has gotten warm. Now, this robot has more endurance and less whining than an actual live creature. Maybe we should replace him with a robot. At least the robot would show up. But seriously, this is a huge achievement in robotics. It shows how far we've come in creating machines that can mimic human movement and endurance. The future is here, folks, and it doesn't need a coffee break. And finally, let's talk about someone who's been on the job longer than most of us have been alive. Our last record today is a heartwarming one. It's about dedication, passion, and the refusal to let little things like age slow you down. Meet the world's oldest bus driver. Now, this record belongs to a gentleman who, at the time of certification, was still actively driving a bus well into his 90s. That's right, 90 plus years old, still behind the wheel, still navigating traffic, and still dealing with passengers, still showing up for work every day, single day. He's been driving buses for over 70 years, 7 decades of service. Think about that. A man has seen the world change around him, technology, culture, entire generations, and through it all, he's kept doing what he loves. He transports thousands, maybe millions of people safely to their destinations. He's a living legend. A testimony to the power of finding something you love and sticking with it. Now, the co-host, he complains about being tired after a single episode. Oh, the lights are too bright. Oh, I had to drive here. Oh, I have to read words on a camera. The co-host can't even navigate his way out of a parking lot without calling me for directions. Perspective, people. Perspective. But truly, this is an inspired record. It's a reminder that age is just a number, and that passion and dedication can carry you through a lifetime. Hats off to the world's oldest bus driver. You're an absolute legend. And there you have it. 3 records that prove that the world is full of people and creatures doing extraordinary, bizarre, and downright inspiring things. Now, from the tiniest horse to the most determined robot to the most dedicated bus driver. These records remind us that greatness comes in all shapes, sizes, and ages. And, unlike my co-host, none of them complained once. Goals, people. Goals. All right, that's going to be it for this week's episode of This Week in Weird, brought to you by the Talking Gruse. Now, we've covered teddy bears in space, $1 million comic books, the world's shortest horse, a robot that won't quit, a bus driver who's been on the job longer than most of us have been alive. If that doesn't make you question reality just a bit, I don't know what will. Now, if you've enjoyed this episode, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe if you already haven't, and drop a comment letting me know which story was your favorite. Was it Thumbelina, the Unstoppable Robot, or are you Team 90-year-old bus driver legend? I want to hear from you. And hey, if you want a deeper dive into any of these stories, I'll be dropping individual clips throughout the week. Check the pinned comments below for the link to each story, or just keep an eye on the channel. There's plenty more weirdness where this came from. And to my co-host, who is currently off screen, probably still complaining about the drive that he didn't have to make today. Buddy, you missed a good one. Maybe next time, show up. Just a thought. Now, thank you everyone for watching. I am the Gruse, and this has been This Week in Weird from the Talking Gruse. So stay curious, stay skeptical, and I'll see you next time with more stories that make you go, wait, what? Take care, folks.